The Merchant Guild wants to take control of this realm. Your wardening duties are secondary, first and foremost. You need to explore the peninsula, learn about the territory, resources, and threats. Get to know the locals, and if you can, convince them to consider negotiations with Havlavan officials and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers, or be a threat to the priests of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery? Well, at least I have time. I'll be as thorough as I can. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia and return to Havlavan. There, you'll report back to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue.
I need to find a new life for myself. I have a difficult past, and I want it to be forgotten. I'm not that kind of guy anymore. Your half-asleep senses are catching the sounds of the wild forest. Your instincts keep you alert and anxious, though the pleasant, humid late summer air evens it out slowly. You can't travel during the night. Press the sleep button to rest. You're thinking about your goal, but you need to gather your strength. Sleeping on the ground. Your blanket won't be much of a bed, and the palisade barely covers you from the wind. Sleeping here will be severely uncomfortable. It's not like I have much of a choice. You're surrounded by sunlight. Your back begs you to stand up. Before you fully wake up, you smell a roast. No, burning meat. Burning, rotten meat. Disgust crawls toward your consciousness. You stand up. Normally you would dust off your cape and blanket, but your instincts are stronger than your routine. Your horse is looking around nervously. Your bags are where you left them. See an open gate. Okay, well, that's gross. Both soldiers are standing near a humble pyre. The man in the shirt looks at it contemptibly. Tulia is the first one to address you. Leto, she greets you with a nod. We use the horse's manure for the flames, so don't worry about cleaning it up. Oh, I thought it was bad meat. Oh, that's so much better. I think? You see a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to a male or a female, but it was an adult. The burning process won't be over for a couple more hours. Oh. I thought you were making meat. No, it's a funeral pyre. It's a traveler or an undead? The latter, the young one. She lacked the pneuma to understand that she couldn't get inside the camp without climbing. I stabbed her with a spear from a safe distance. She shifts her weight. One more fog and she'd be a real threat. Even now, it took a couple of hits to knock her down. Sooner or later, every human shell wakes up, gaining more strength with each soul it devours, and each moment it spends in the fogs. Burning the dead is not just a religious practice, it's a necessity. Soldiers, priests, village mayors, even road wardens. Making a large pile takes a lot of time, but it saves lives. Tulia calls us undead a she. Most Unites hesitate to do so. Right. I don't think that's a she anymore. Well, it's time for me to leave. I'll let you guys get on with your barbecue.
Running away from the reek, huh? I don't blame you. She walks with you for a few steps. Find us here if you need us, or if you learn what happened to Asterion. There's enough ground here for you to rest. Safe travels. Those words make you stop. An old farewell, mocked in a number of songs and tales. But yet you hear no scorn in Tulia's voice. You wonder how many acts of kindness like this one you're going to experience in the days to follow. She returns to the pyre. Well, happy you guys are some good folk. I best prepare myself for the journey. Use the travel button to see the map and move to another area. You somehow miss the fact that your mount is already saddled and warmed up. You double check the equipment, but you don't need to fix anything. The soldiers are diligent.
Normally, preparing any palfrey for a long journey takes a lot of time. Put on your gabison and make sure that your axe is tightly attached to your belt. Then get in the saddle. The palfrey knickers ready to leave. It's time for you to get to the crossroads, north from here. I would thank them, but I'm already on the horse. Oh well, I'll probably see them again. Best be off. Travel forward to continue your journey. Once you're done with the north, speak with Tulia to return to Havlavin. This is nighttime shelter. Oh, that's just the key. Alright, north we go. Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in the valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, but the serene chirping of birds is quickly replaced by the distracting screeches and gurgles coming from further down the path. You soon find the pack of four-legged griffins. They're larger than foxes and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is of a different size, coat, and colors, and temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker fur. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. About 24 beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other around, blocking your path. Consider my options. The dice icon makes the actions that involve a random chance. You can't enter the forest blindly. If these or other creatures were to chase after you, the ticket would be disastrous for your horse. There are reasons why travelers stay as close to the main roads as possible. Oops. Why adventurers move in groups. Usually the safest approach would be to stay where you are and just wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up to a couple of hours. You're thinking about your conversation with Tulia. Got a lot to do, and time may be of the essence. Force, use violence or direct threat. If you have any vitality points, you can use the warrior's training to access unique interactions. My vitality is 2. Would it spend vitality then? Force, as an experienced warrior, you get an advantage during physical struggles. So I can use violence. I take my axe and hurry the horse. If we ride fast enough, we should be fine. I stay here, better safe than sorry. I grab my crossbow. A light hit should be enough to make them scatter. Or they realize that their numbers could, well, outnumber me. So I think it's best I take my axe and hurry the horse. Is that way if they chase after me, I can always shoot a bolt later. You learn more about your abilities in the character sheet. Initially, your horse completely trusts your guidance, though after a few more steps it snorts. You prepare your axe and get ready to push away any griffin willing to jump on you. Once you get in the middle of the surprised herd, your mount squeals and gallops forward. The creatures in front of you flee, but others try to jump at you from both sides. You kick 2 of them away, but the third one scratches your leg. It hurts, though only a bit. You ride away, the griffins can't keep up. You still hear the screeches when your mount slows down. We got away. Once I get to a safer spot, I stop to clean and bandage my wound. The road splits. According to what the soldiers have told you, you may find a safe inn by turning left. The forest to the right is lush, and the trail overgrown. Kids used to have this song. How did it go? The harshest pathway leads to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure, do you truly dare? The signpost in front of you doesn't make your situation much clearer. It was put here by someone who can't write for folks who can't read. Covered in old red paint, it points east. Blood there, as people say, danger to be found. There's not a soul to ask for guidance. What do you think, Magenta? Magenta. Magenta is peaceful as you stroke its mane. Maybe it can't help you choose a path. You've spent many years together. Happy to go on. Takes a couple of steps forward. Sorry it took me so long to name you. You spot a few berry shrubs and wild cabbages, but they still need at least 2 weeks to gain maturity. Maybe I can mark this place. Come back later. 2 weeks. While your vitality is above 0, you find ways to overcome physical struggles. Vast training. You have an advantage during physical interactions that involve random chance. Appearance is 1 out of 5. Because I'm clean. You lose cleanliness when you sleep or engage in tiresome activities. You can wash yourself in safe water sources. You will do so more efficiently with special equipment. Special equipment? What kind of special equipment do I need to, I guess, something to scrub with? Regular vitality. Your clothes need no special repairs. Your clothes are not stained with blood. You got a regular outfit. Combat experience slight. Engaging combat helps you during future fights that involve random chance. Spared animals. None. Depending on your beliefs, saving and sparing animals either makes you a weakling or soothes your soul. Religion. Unite. A member of the United Church. You pray to the Rife and follow the River of Order. Like most city folk, you believe that people should unite their strength to overcome the threats of nature and dark magic. Everyone will be judged for both good and evil deeds. Fate undetermined. The strength of your religious conviction is measured by your actions and judgments. I haven't had to act on them yet, I guess. Lies. Lying gives you quick benefits, but may turn against you after some time. Some lies are difficult to pull off for an unexperienced liar. Sewing experience. Your practice with fixing your clothes and armor with the usage of proper tools. Gambling experience. Helps you in luck-based games of dice. Okay. Well, my vitality is low. My nourishment is low. My appearance is low. So I think it's best to go left. Towards the inn. Magenta trots with ease, unbothered by the few branches covering the beaten road. The birds' songs and distant howls draw your attention to the forest, which gets sparser and brighter. You spot boars, roe deer, and sarans. The sight of a nearby wolf pack worries you. Once you push your hips forward and your palfrey enters your canter, the beasts don't even begin a pursuit. The speed alone will protect you from many dangers. You notice a stone tower, taller than the trees. That must be the inn. Inns like this one fit the regions traveled by merchants, but you wouldn't expect a place of this size in a forsaken peninsula. The stone and lumber must have been transported from far away, and the workers, guarded by expensive mercenaries, surely lived for many seasons in a primitive hamlet, subsisting on salted supplies. There are seemingly no cracks in the wall, and the building was whitewashed only a few years back. The road is wide and beaten. Dozens of souls could hide, if not in the buildings, then at least in the yard. The expenses and labor put into this fort were worth many trading ships. 3 armed people are on the ramparts, though you only see what's above their waistline. They're leaning on the parapet, right next to the gate. You think you notice a glimpse of a smile. They were gambesons. Each one of them dyed differently, yellow, green, and linen gray. Well, they seem friendly. I approach the gate. A woman in yellow armor leans forward. She has long, curly, disorderly red hair, pointing in every possible direction. This combination of colors doesn't work at all. The woods won't have to shout to draw this much attention. There's still a fair distance between the two of you, but she speaks loudly. I ain't seen a horse for years now. I just said that it's weird to see such a large jackass, huh? Her voice is young and strong, but an accent that reminds you of the villages spread around of Lavin. But no jackass would wear a saddle, I'd say. She exchanges a few words with a male guard wearing green, giving you time to move closer. Well, this one here says there really are donkey saddles. Say, traveler, how hard is it to ride a horse? I mean, it's best that I be friendly, right? How about you give it a try? Maybe that's a little too friendly. You wouldn't believe it, the lessons were a pain. That's not really funny, is it? It's easy to learn the basics, but it's tiring. Train different muscles than those for combat. Quite hard, honestly. Some days are still rough on me. I don't answer her. It's an inn, isn't it? Open the gate. Oh no, that's... They're not gonna do that. No, I'm just gonna... Let's act distant. You don't say. She gestures for the other soldier to take care of the gate. What sort of muscles? Are you flirting with me? I can never tell. You climb down, staying concise and to the point. You point at your back, hips, and thighs. Then speak about the training routine that a rider follows to stay in the saddle for more than 2 days. As you enter the yard, the woman also uses a ladder to get off the wall, then leads you on the roof where your palfrey can rest, tethered with a cord to a wooden post, near some old hay. Once you're ready, go inside, speak with our boss, she says with the shadow of a smile. He has time. There aren't any travelers around. The other guards take care of various chores. They peek at your mount every now and then as they're splitting firewood, cleaning their clothes, weeding the garden patches, and moving chairs. 2 of them are making a rope. You head toward the inn, hearing the piercing scream of a boar from the other side of the yard. Wait, rope? Did I take a rope? Oh, I did. Phew. Making a rope takes a lot of time and involves complex tools that combine thousands of fibers harvested from plants, mostly hemp, linen, or straws. So it doesn't take much skill and can be handled even by children. It's rare to find an artisan who would specialize in twisting them all day. Ropes are much more durable than leather strips and are used for all sorts of things, though their durability doesn't make them a common merchandise. They can be heavy and awkward, so it's common for groups of travelers to share a single one among all of them during their travels. Magenta. Horses are not a common sight in Dragonwoods. They were brought here from the conquest in the south and can't survive in the forest by themselves. They can run for a long time, but not fast enough to escape all of the local monsters. Usually riders maintain a steady human-like speed, saving the strength of their mount for the unavoidable dangers that require galloping, like a pack of griffins. What's this? A winged hourglass, hidden. The winged hourglass was adapted by the largest religion of the 10 cities, the United Church, the Orders of Truth, and the majority of fellowships. It's used in temples and funeral rites, but also to decorate expensive codices or pieces of clothing. Not every soul who wears such a trinket in the visible place is a devoted believer, but it can be seen as a sign of solidarity with the more conservative section of the city culture. Emblems like this one are meant to portray the ephemerality of life and the rigidity of time. The traditional pendants are made of steel, signifying the strength of humankind's determination and innovation. Wright's tablets highlight the important role of iron when it came to fighting monsters and expanding the lands of the tribes. Other materials, such as bone, gold, or even wood, are used, though various communities interpret such alterations in their own way. The pendants made of steel are not so contentious. Alright, so where'd that hidden? I guess I'm not so boisterous about it. Where was I? Oh, right. Boar. Okay, I opened the door. New shelter unlocked. If you are at an inn in the morning, you can spend the entire day on resting. I'm probably going to need it. The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floor near the stairs. But after he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. You're looking to show up? His voice is deep and soft with a city-like accent. He observes you with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I've a keg of decent ale. Wormwood, bog myrtle. Juniper berries, cat's foot. He fills a mug carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spill soon? Today, maybe. We don't drink here before the even. I hate to see the good stuff going waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare even among the southern tribes, and his hair is naturally bluish. His clothes are quite fancy for the manual labor. The elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in the city square. Stand at the counter. Well, I am hungry. The planks let out a creak after each step you make, so you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made little to no noise. Maybe he's used to it. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward. But just so you know, my pelt of the north doesn't belong to Havlaven. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so, but if you want a bed or a meal, you have to pay. We may have some leftovers from dinner, but I need to check. What time is it? It's morning. Let's see. What are my options here? I mean, I probably am gonna have to pay for I'm just tired. Thanks for the drink. See you know how to make friends with the Roadwarden. Happy to help. So Roadwarden, I'm more than capable of taking care of the entire cask if you need me to. I won't stay here for long, I introduce myself. I'm not here to pay compliments to piss in a mug. I'm a Roadwarden, I'm looking for answers. Okay, that's a little. Thank you, I'm a Roadwarden, so I never refuse a free drink. I won't stay here for long. I'm liking either of these two. Thanks for the drink. So you know how to make friends with a Roadwarden. Yeah, let's be a little more courteous. He meets your eyes with a puzzled look, then grabs a weft cloth and starts to wipe down the shelves. From time to time, your conversation is interrupted by splashes of dirty water in a wooden bucket. Well, nothing is truly free. I have work for a soul of the road, but I don't need a new mouth to babble. He speaks slowly yet audibly. I value my time, you should value yours. I ignore the ale until the men have a couple of questions. No, I'll drink the ale. Honestly, I could use it. Dark room and wooden walls of the mug make the liquid look as brown as chestnut. The lee in the spring hits your nose. The first sip is even too complex, too flowery. While the brewer has used fancy ingredients, the exotic licorice ruins the aftertaste. Now you know why there's so much left. Maybe it takes an acquired taste. The innkeeper nods. I was hoping to see someone willing to patrol the roads. Maybe you'll help me with a worrying thought I have. What is that thought? There are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike, but they've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day, they may steal our furs, and I've no doubt they're the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. He rubs his hands together, camouflaging his paws. I want you to reach Howler's Dell, north and west from here. It's the largest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Thias, the mayor, about Glacia, that bloodthirsty wolf of a woman. I've heard rumors about a raid in the north. If Glacia is ready to break the truce with the locals, I'm going to join forces with them to get rid of her band. Ah, okay, so you want to find out the bandits are going to attack. You want me to cozy up to bandits? Hold on. You're asking for a lot here. He looks at a nearby dragon bone. Not too difficult, right? Just do it when you have a chance. A couple of days won't make much of a difference. Pay your 2 coins when you get back with the news. Fine? I think you're making it sound way easier than it actually would be. Why would someone tell me their plans to attack? I'd have to cozy up to them. 2 coins? No. 3. He observes you for a moment. 2, he growls. Fine, you want to play it that way. I'm not doing it for two. Could eat something. Do you have any leftovers? Yeah, feed them to our boar. I won't give them away for nothing. He tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns with a wooden bucket and a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left. You'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucket full and you'll be done in half an hour or so. Your horse can use a nap anyway. I'll prepare something to fill you. The hook is not made of metal or wood. It's a long, curved claw, almost black. Reach for the tools. Half an hour? That sounds quite a lot for berry picking. I won't do that. Do I look like someone who forages for berries? No, it's just foraging berries. The tools are cold, not too heavy. You'll notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. Ah, the berries are not a problem. And Kikur smirks. Unlike the snakes. Better scare them away with a stick or move them with a hook. Protect your hands. The little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient. Oh, hopefully they're just constrictors. Oh yeah, I have other questions. Before I go do that, do I have anything you'd like to buy? Oh, right, Sterion, the previous Roadwarden. How are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be much help. He rests his elbow on the tabletop and grunts quietly to clear his throat. But I do want you to find him, so... No? Why's that? When asked about his intentions, he measures his words. Sterion and I made a risky deal. Well, a very promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins. My half of the investment. He knocks on the table with a fist anxiously. If you get my coin, or at least find out what happened to the guy, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news. 4 coins. Although, find him dead, that's 50 coins on his body. Did he steal these coins? He looks at a window and starts to play with the shutter. I just think Osirian had the kind of soul that would do such a thing. For him, it wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd risk saying he had earned my trust. Not only mine, it's easy for a Roadwarden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to clean an invisible stain. I've asked travelers. I've sent a couple of my pals to find him. No real news. I know he stayed in the White Marshes for a day. It was meant to do something for the people there. It's a village in the northwest. Just stay on the main road until you reach the bogs, then enter them. You may get there before dusk. The bogs. Is this a necromancer village? So, let me know once you find anything. We may yet return to this whole investment thing. I'll think about it. He nods. What else you need? Let's see if we check our journal. Wants us to... Glacia and her band have broken the truce with the locals. He's going to pay me 2 dragons if I get in touch with Dias, the mayor of Howlersden, and bring him her response. Oh, you wanted to get in touch with the mayor, not Glacia. That makes more sense. Explore the peninsula, a new life. This was there before, was it? Or it might have been. Howlersden, a prosperous village of farmers and animal breeders, sit along the western road. A group responsible for robbing travelers and settlements in the peninsula. They are led by a woman named Glacia. Bestiary. Alright, Saurians came up. Saurian is a term as vague as monkey and covers a vast range of 4-legged creatures that resemble small dragons. Some of them are hunted for meat, especially the smaller ones, while the larger ones often attack humans, though prefer heavier animals that can satiate them for longer. There are many tales about the unique abilities that some of their groups may possess, but they are among the lesser understood creatures.
runners. I also heard about them. These birds are usually larger and taller than humans, but there's not many of them left. Like all birds, they move on two legs, but their wings are very short, and it's anyone's guess what their actual purpose is. Travelers often encounter these creatures near the roads, but they also do well in the woods. Their beaks are as large as human heads, and their strong neck allows them to easily get through their prey's skin. An unarmed soul would never be able to hurt one of them, but blades, especially those made of steel, pierce them easily. Good thing I have an axe. That one is kind of large. Griffins. The scrub griffins are four-legged omnivores larger than a fox. That merge features of furry critters and birds. The front parts of their shells are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker furs. Their wings seem fairly massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. Noble ones are rare, and especially valued in villages across the Dragonwoods. They can be as large as a horse and taught to protect homes as long as they're well fed. Wouldn't it be nice to have one of those? Apes and monkeys. The limbs and tails of these furry creatures have an uncanny strength, a result of the time they spend swinging from branches and climbing, doing their best to avoid the terrestrial predators. Unlike goblins, they rarely attack humans and don't use weapons, but can savagely defend their territories to the point of participating in lasting wars with other packs and even with human settlements. Some tribes hunt for their meat, but these beasts are still hardly understood. Many tales ascribe to them unusual powers and abilities. The communities that distinct apes from monkeys usually describe the former as the larger ones, with broader chests, and the latter as the smaller creatures with tails. But these labels don't always match the reality. I've seen some pretty big little monkeys, and some little big apes. Corpse eaters. These hairless, scaleless creatures resemble constantly stooped apes, but their limbs and torso are extremely thin, as if there are barely any muscles on them. While they're nimble, their limited strength turned them into scavengers. They rarely move in packs. Rife's followers preach that corpse eaters should be purged from the Dragonwoods no matter the cost. A famous tale from the tablets describes the ancient home of these beasts, the Shadow Vale. They hunted and devoured any human they could find, and woke up their undead shells right away, even without a fog. Countless expeditions, even from days before the 10 cities, were meant to wipe them out in the woods. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Can't get too distracted there. Alright, what can you tell me about the peninsula? What could anyone say? This place doesn't even have a name, unless there's an old book in an archive that no soul knows about. You know what I'd call everything from here to the coast? The hunting ground. He glances at your eyes. But it's not us who hunt. Keep that in heart, but the beasts in all shapes and forms. His words gain confidence slowly, which is strengthened by his deep voice. I've lived in this village, in this inn for over 10 years now, and I've only seen a couple of roads, a couple of places. It's just, once you get here and you see how harsh it is to hit the road, you have only more reason to stay at the warm stove behind a wall, even if it's suffocating. He looks toward the windows. I'm sure you've heard a lot already, that the people don't build hamlets anymore. There are no more ibexes from the south, and the traders stay for only a few days. All of our iron is used for cauldrons, not swords or tools. Ibexes. That's a beast. I know that is. Is it here? It's not. Interesting. Well, what would I find traveling west? Well, there are hills nearby, then you'll find a village, maybe an hour away from here. It was destroyed by beasts almost a decade ago, nothing to see there. The goblins live there now, so most people just travel around it. And they say it's haunted, but who knows, who cares? Crosses his arms and starts to sway back and forth, gathering his thoughts. You'll get to a large tree on the edge of the swamp. For the locals, it's sacred. You're not used to hearing someone mentioning pagans as if there's nothing unusual about them. There's a small path south which leads to an old mine in the mountains. Nothing to find there. To the south is mines, with nothing interesting in them.
But keep riding north and you'll find Howler's Den, set at a clean brook. And you want me to go there to get news for you. Farmers live there, and Mouflins and Druids. They'll let you stay for a night, but they're not cheap. If anyone thinks my prices are bad, it means they ain't been to the Ape Ale Inn yet. He lets out a gentle smile. Yeah, I'm not gonna smile back. You're still taking my dragon after all. I know only a bit about the next settlement, Old Pagos. The soil there ain't too fertile, so they work in their quarry and help other settlements build things in exchange for crops. The forests and hills ain't too harsh, but the Seekers have a small monastery nearby in the mountains. I don't care much about them. They keep to themselves and they don't pay well. Sounds like you care a little. The third village is unknown to me. White marshes set at the bogs. I've heard it smells like a griffin's lair. I've heard a lot of nasty rumors about the place, but I won't share them. I don't want to be a lie spreader. So, 3 villages really. Howler's the one near the monastery, whatever it's called, the marshes. Don't let their beds and palisades fool you, though. Weird people live there. Don't tell them more than you need to. You wonder if it's something he would tell other travelers as well. Oh, the eastern road's as rough as I've heard. Yeah, they seem dangerous. Pretty much. Don't leave the main road, I'd say. Not so far from here, you'll find an old dolmen. A few of my people had to spend a night there, and monkeys stole food and gods from their bags. It was their fault. One of them had fallen asleep in the middle of his watch, but you know. The eastern forests are wild. The roads are rough. Almost no soul lives there. One day, all these roads will be swallowed by the trees again. The furthest my team has ever gone was the home of the Enchantress. Just stay on track until you reach the crossroads, right near an abandoned watchtower. From there, turn east. You'll recognize the place. It's a nice home in a lonely meadow, surrounded by a wall. He looks towards the closed window, then at you again. Kind of like our walls, but simpler, without coating. She lives as a hermit. Eudocia. I don't even know how she survives there, but if you don't have decent coin, you won't find much there. Enchantress, huh? Maybe she can improve my crossbow. Though I certainly don't have the coin for that. So back to the crossroads. If you turn left instead, you'll see a road. People stay away from it. Connects the tower and the monastery. A shortcut between the 2 sides of the peninsula. I was warned by the locals not to use it. It already belongs to the beasts. Okay, well what about the northern coast? I only know about the other inn. It's far from here, maybe a day on foot. A bit less from the eastern side. His eyes once again focus on the floor. Never been there, but I've heard it's a safe place. Close to the village of fishers and hunters, though I don't know much about them. Not so? I don't know why I don't believe you there. That's all I need, I guess. Yeah, it is suspicious to see an inn of this size at a place like this. So you know a thing or two after all. His mocking tone is replaced by a gentle smile. It was built long before we arrived. Didn't work out well for the previous owners. Once the war ended, they left. Not enough travelers, bad trade, the villagers stick to themselves. We, however, came prepared, and now we're prospering. You call this prospering? When you ask him how they can afford all the supplies, he runs his fingers through his dark hair. No, I'm not against running an inn, but we don't rely on guests. We're the ones doing all the trading. My hunters are a clever bunch and stay safe in the forest. In exchange for furs, claws, and bones, we get what we need, and more. Both from the south and the north. But you don't know much about the north, apparently. He relaxes in his chair. We have a good life here. We spent a lot on our armor, crossbows, lumber, spears. But in another 10, maybe 20 years, we'll have enough savings to move to Havlavin and not work for another day of our lives. We take risks, but smartly. The team is stronger than ever. I have big plans for us. Big plans, huh? Surprised to find a purple-skinned man so far in the north. Is there a good story behind the inn's name? Yeah, you do stand out. I ain't seen a soul looking like this since my ma died. He shrugs. It's not a fascinating tale. Let's just say I wasn't a part of the invasion. And I'm glad it freed all those who were chained by the cities and their corsairs. Looks at the wall. I'm Layson, by the way, but I rarely hear the name. Was it Ison? Is it Ison? Ison. Because that's a... Yeah, it's not. Ison. Is there a good story behind Ian's name? I mean, there's a story, but not a good one. He clears his throat. For years, I wanted to have an inn called Pelt, but in my city, it would be in bad taste. Taverns and inns named with a single word were cheap, had a nasty reputation. There was the Claw, and the Mugger, and Basilisk, and Blissful. I think the good places used at least 2 words: Empty Barrel, A House in a Hamlet, Emperor Smile. Pighead was the exception, it was a real dive. My soul, it's still just a pelt. Pelts are what we came here for, and what will make us reach our goals. Okay, so you're mostly looking for pelts. Well, any other rumors worth sharing? Minus the bandit attack looming overhead. He crosses his arms. I don't like to talk about people who ain't nearby. Show me first that you're someone worth changing habit for. That's right, you don't like to spread lies. Well, what about Glacier's band? He freezes, observing your hand silently. He wants me to get the answer from the mayor of Howler's Den. Okay, I was hoping to get some more information out of that, but... And what do you have for sale? I can go and pick up a few things for you, some food for your travels to start with. Apples, nuts, sausages, not too many at once. We need to maintain our supplies. I've got an elk fur I don't need. Its buyer was caught by a pack of red wolves. Nice for a sleeping spot, just as nice for a wall. An almost untouched bowl of soap, priceless for a traveler. Can't tell if he's being sarcastic. Made of fine oak, strong, though you should have some better supplies before you start your own bathhouse. Yeah, no, he's definitely being sarcastic. After you mention you'd like something more useful on these roads, he looks down. I don't have any blades or armor to spare, but if you pay well, you can take one of our crossbows and a bunch of quarrels. A yew-bow, wool cords, and the trigger needs just a little bit of oil. It's as good as you can get without soaking it in magic. It takes a bit of muscle to draw, but even a 16-year-old could handle it. I won't sell it cheap, but I'm ready to give a discount to a helpful ally. Okay, let's just think. I already have a crossbow. I don't need a crossbow. What do you have? An elk fur. That might... Maybe take some quarrels. For the crossbow. Oh, damn! Box of soap. Oak-based balm that burns skin on longer contact. I only have 5. I'll take the soap. Alright, I'll go outside and pick your damn berries. Step outside. Magenta is looking around. You heard the clinking of tools coming from the armorer's workshop. 13 hours before dusk. Yeah, I should go outside and forage for berries. The innkeeper knew what he was talking about. You put on the gloves and look through the bushes for a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent lying on a rock somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them hiss at you or slither closer, the jabs of the hooks keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. You are brown, reddish. You wouldn't trust such a color even if you were looking for food in the wilderness. The plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh. So you make sure you thoroughly cover your skin with your clothes. You have to look through many bushes to fill the bucket, but the presence of insects and snakes doesn't allow you to relax. I gather the berries and go back to the inn. Hope he appreciates this. It should take 30 minutes. That took over 30 minutes. You've returned to the courtyard. 2 of the guards are participating in a friendly skirmish. Their wrestling is accompanied by a crowd. Huh. Interesting. Wait, I can wait? No, that's fine. Let's go back to the inn. The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove... Oh, we already read this. Yeah, put his fruits on the counter. Great. He peeks inside the bucket. I've got a cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to merchants if there were any around. Some goose chunks would be nice. The meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. That's pretty good, actually. And like I said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky. I've been cooking my whole life. I'm just gonna keep chewing. And how did that old hook of mine work out for you? I see you still have your hands. The hook, huh? Berry picking hook. Tool from Pelt of the North, with a head made of a large animal claw. That could come in handy for picking berries. Let's see if he's willing to part with it. He narrows his eyes. Can't you make one for yourself? I wouldn't have time for any haste. It's the claw that grabs my interest, honestly. Yeah, I can find a stick. That's not the problem. Ah, I see. It's a nice one, ain't it? Our guards once had to get rid of a peddler. You can't really eat them, but their claws and bones are durable enough. So we put them to good use. For a moment, he observes her face. A single coin will be fair. Well, let me see what a peddler is. Like most people, you know quite a bit about peddlers, maybe the most infamous sources of nuisance for farmers across the Dragonwoods. They can get big as a house, maybe just as heavy. From time to time, peddlers look for some unusual tastes like meat or honey, which can encourage them to bother human settlements. Once they get used to a specific spot, like an unfenced farm or a forest garden, getting rid of them may be a huge endeavor. There are but a few blades able to cut through their thick skin and durable bones, and a single mistake may put them into a furious charge, and then encourage them to look for human dwellings to tear down in revenge. Yeah, alright, fair. You can have it, I'm not finding one of those. Well, there goes 2 of my coins. I think I should rest. There goes my other 2 coins. We'll spend the entire day taking care of smaller chores and allowing your shell and soul to rest. It's been a lazy day. Repairing your equipment and taking care of your mount didn't take nearly as much time as you'd expect, and you instead enjoy some refreshing water. Observe your surroundings with a clear head, wander about, and stretch out. After a few hours, you feel rather bored, but at least you have an opportunity to gather your thoughts. At one point, you were invited to some friendly combat practice with the hunters, and you made sure to not take it too easy. Sitting beneath an open window, 3 guards are arguing about something. But then they ease the tension with friendly banter. The innkeeper is sitting behind the counter, contemplating an empty mug. It's getting late. Better look for a safe place to sleep. Well, considering I'm at a safe place, but I got an hour until dusk. Let's get some fresh air before then. Step outside. Merchant is enjoying some old hay. This hour, the armorer's workshop is closed. There's a well? Let's go to the well. The recently renovated wooden roof covers the well from rain and birds. One of the guards is enjoying a cold drink he drew from a bucket and tells you to use only as much water as is necessary. The oak ash soap you own can help you get cleaner. Now, would be nice. You need 3 pieces of baiting equipment to get more out of this place. Okay, well, I only have 1, so make do with what I got. Splashing yourself with cold water from a bucket won't take away your smell, but it's enough to remove the tallow and sweat from your skin, or mud stains from your clothes. Alright, that didn't take too long. Return to the courtyard. This hour, the armorer's workshop is closed. Alright, back to the inn. The innkeeper is dusting the corner and the shelves of the cloth. Something bothering you? cell? Not really. Let's find out anyway. Anything you'd like to buy off me? Different traders are interested in different goods. They will purchase only some of the things you have to sell. Their offers may vary. Pull out some items with the innkeeper shakes his head. I don't need those, nor could I sell them to anyone. I'd rather make coins than waste them, so bring me something of value. Fair enough. Yeah, well, guess I go sleep now. Sitting on a bench, your blanket won't be much of a bed. Your staff will keep opening the nearby door, walking around or talking with one another. Sleeping here will be rather uncomfortable. A comfy bed with a clean blanket in an isolated chamber. You'll also get a large breakfast, a wash tub with water and soap, and some cloves to wash your teeth. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? You hear a thunderous roar. You rise to your feet and rub the sleep from your eyes. Doors are opening, people are shouting orders and words of warning. As you open the window, you see what's behind the commotion. Something is on the other side of the wall and trying to get through. The guards are fighting it off with their torches, spears, and crossbows. Thanks to their light, you see the large furry paws placed on top of the wall walk. As far as you can tell, the beast is but a single leap away from getting inside. Ah, shit. Wouldn't it just be nice to get some sleep? Undisturbed. Don't have to worry about dying all the time. I guess I did sign up for this, didn't I?